So, it's funny time with COVID, and you're kind of trapped in your house, and you continuously look around to see all the things that need to be done that you've been putting off. And even though it's more difficult to do those things during this pandemic, you still start deciding, okay, what are my priorities? What should I work on now? And starting around Thanksgiving, I was getting emails from Addario's suggesting I renovate my bathroom and modernize my bathroom. And it made me prioritize a bathroom as one of the first projects that I would get estimates on and make decisions about. So I had Wilson from Addario's come over probably around Christmas time. And I showed him 2 bathrooms, but ultimately decided just to do one. And the selling point for me was that it was a one-day turnaround to get the whole thing done in one day. Then we had to get my wife into the story, because ultimately the bathroom is really her domain. It's the master bath, and she does take baths every day and likes her bathroom. So we pretty much wanted a new bathroom that looked like a traditional bathroom that would fit into the house. So even though it's all acrylic, it looks like it's ceramic tile. It's got that tile look and feel. At the same time, it is a beautiful surface for cleaning purposes. And it doesn't require any scrubbing of the grout or any kind of special cleaning. It just wipes clean, and it's very good for our cleaning ladies, especially, are very happy. They get to come in with a very simple cleaning liquid, and it's done. It also stays clean, so they only come a couple times a month, and in between, it's much cleaner, much more healthy than it would be if it was the old tile system that had been here for 100 years. So I think we're very happy with that. The look and feel is great, pretty much matched the colors, so I didn't have to repaint the whole room. I didn't have to do the whole room over, and it pretty much fits in with the existing decor. So we're pretty happy with the way the bathroom came out. So in terms of price, I would say Addario's is not the low-cost provider, but they deliver value in, number one, being able to plan and execute the job and be able to tell you well in advance exactly how much it's going to cost and commit to that price. A lot of other contractors will give you a low-ball price, and then once the job starts, they'll start saying, oh, I didn't know about this, I didn't see that. Once I have it open, now I realize, oh, you're going to have to spend more, do more, whatever. But Addario stuck to exactly the same estimate they came in with, and I didn't have to worry about cost overruns or changes in the specs or anything else. The only thing I really had to do was coordinate schedules and make sure there was no overlaps between one contractor and the other. But in terms of price, I would say it was the mid to higher end of the range. I certainly could have done the bathroom cheaper, and in fact there are a lot of bath fitter type solutions that are less expensive, but they look like they're less expensive. They more or less look like a motel room where they've come in and just put the surface covering on it, and everything underneath is the same. They don't take out what was there, they just cover it over. So I knew what I was getting, and I was willing to pay for it. And I was especially willing to pay for it all to be done in one day. I think the Addario guys, of all the contractors I had in and out of here, were very professional. They're very all about their business, so they weren't distracted. They didn't even take a lunch break. They just worked through, made sure that they got the job done in the period of time. So they were here, just after 8 o'clock, and by 5 o'clock I had the job finished and it was all done. And I didn't feel like I had to supervise them. I was available to answer any questions as required, but they were very professional, very capable, and they always came masked and made sure they didn't leave behind anything that might create a problem or create a concern on my part. I would say there's 2 different types of representatives for companies. One is a hard sales guy whose objective is to just jam it in and get the sale. The other types are much more patient and are problem solvers. They understand what you're trying to accomplish, they understand the problems and the needs, and they work with you to solve that problem. And Will was definitely on the problem solver side. I knew he wanted to sell. I knew that he was trying to close the deal. But as an example, just as an alternative example, I had different guys come in for flooring solutions. There are flooring companies that if you don't make the decision while they're there, they walk out and they don't want to talk to you again. They are very specific about wanting to close the sale on their first visit and during the time they're there. Empire, there are all kinds of flooring companies that advertise on TV. They're high volume. They're all about the sale. And the person they send to do it, all they do is give you an estimate, and they don't care about how it actually will be executed, how it will look when they're done. They just want to close the deal. They're not even very good salespeople, if you ask me, but they specialize in the high pressure sales. I avoid people like that. Well, once that starts, I say goodbye. I don't even want to hear about it. So, as an example, Will was not that type. He was very patient. We agreed on things initially. My wife wasn't available, so he came back a second time and he presented everything with the woman's perspective. He knew immediately this is a bathroom. Women is going to be the one make the decisions. So, okay, he was fine with it. He was friendly enough, personable. I think he did a good job in getting me comfortable. I have recommended Addario's. I always tell them, though, you're going to get what you pay for. And they'll do a great job. You'll pay a little more than you would otherwise. But to be honest with you, in this kind of work, everybody's very specialized. There are general contractors, but most of them want to do a whole house over or a big project that lasts months. If you're trying to get individual jobs done, you end up having very narrowly defined contractors who all they do is paint. All they do is plumbing. All they do is HVAC. I had my air conditioning system replaced during the summer. I didn't even know about Addario's at that time. So I hired a different HVAC company to replace my air conditioning system. As it turned out, I chose the guy to do it, and he could not get a replacement unit for my air conditioning system for 3 months. Carrier wasn't available. They had back orders. It was terrible. So this poor guy had to spend most of his time trying to find me an air conditioner that fit was suitable and fit the circumstances. So the net of what I'm saying is having a go-to company like Addario's that does a lot of this kind of work is a benefit to the consumer, to the homeowner, in that they have ways to get things done that you don't necessarily have access to. I'm sure if I had given them the air conditioning job, they could have found me the air conditioning much more quickly than this poor guy who spent half the summer trying to find an air conditioning unit.